Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to yet another video. Thank you for stopping by. I got the chance to play on Vessel of Hatred review server for press and content creators for over a week. And today I'll talk about the Dark Citadel, which is the new raid for Diablo 4 Vessel of Hatred. So there are 3 wings. You can tackle it as a 2-man or 4-man. You can do it solo or as a 3-man trio. So I have to do it then. You can get a weekly cash from this content, Dark Citadel, once you complete all 3 wings on any torment difficulty. It goes from Citadel coins as well. These coins you can use for cosmetics specific to this content, and they're pretty neat. Got a lot of materials. There's also a way to get extra rewards if you slay so-called Khazra's treasure guardians. We didn't really get to do those because the people I ran with in the Citadel, they were from different time zone and they had to go sleep basically. So we had to kind of like go faster and whatnot because I didn't really have anyone to play with in this server. So getting someone to run the raid with was pretty difficult since you cannot really solo it. And next page here, there are markers. I totally forgot about these, but they're an emote wheel. These will come in handy very much so in the Citadel because there is like a lot of teamwork. You have to split groups as well for each side, so this will come in super handy. So the first wing here, shout out to Dalcora for running this one with me. Big man. Now you will see me probably clueless here and there because it's my first time in the Citadel, right? So it was still, it took me a while to figure some stuff out, like the markers or like the where to stand, for example. But basically, before you get to boss rooms and whatnot, you can see on the minimap, those icons, those are the guardians that you can slay to then open up a room with extra loot. Once again, we didn't really get to do those, but all these mobs are not really worth killing. They don't drop anything. They're pretty much useless, waste of time. So your goal here is to find a, the new room, basically. It won't be the boss room right away because there are some activations and little events that you need to complete. So you get familiar with the Citadel, how it works, and the mechanics. So I'm just gonna fast forward here. As you can see here, we got 2 soul siphons. You gotta charge them by standing in it and just killing enemies. So you will, once again, you will split, so it's faster if you are, well, do over a 4-man. I wonder what's the scaling like in 4-man with the HP. I reckon it's pretty wild. I don't think the damage scales either in a 4-man compared to 2-man. But there are some weird damage numbers and whatnot from the bosses, mainly with damage over time. That's more about the second wing. This first wing was no problem at all, but the second one, yes. Now, I will have a full guide for the Spiritborn build endgame Thorns Gorilla. It will be in the right up corner, right up top. And I did not have full geared. I was only like, some items were 4 out of 12 masterworks, and only few items, like 2 items at 8 out of 12. So my gear wasn't nothing special, and we are tackling this on Torment 4, which is the highest difficulty. So after we do the siphons, we go on to the next room over here. This is kind of a maze, if you will. Yeah, I really recommend just going by the edges because that way you will, have the highest chance of finding the next boss room or the next event triggering. I think we figured or found it right here. There we go. So this is like this is where it basically starts. This was like all the introduction up until this point. And here, one party member or 2 party members are supposed to stand on the yellow light and one above there. And I was boosted. I didn't see it until much later. So how this works in Citadel, when you're on your side and you kill a mob or something, or you trigger this light, it will always open for your team member, not for yourself. So you have to also wait for your team member to do his part to open it up for you. So here we kill them up, standing on the light that opens the gate, summons him, and then we can proceed on to the next room, which we need to charge soul siphons again, slay the ward guardians that will spawn, and also dispel the ceiling wards. I really recommend paying attention to the right side of the objectives, which I didn't really do in the beginning, so I had really no clue what I was doing here, absolutely clueless, but it is what it is, right? So I think we gotta wait here. I actually was supposed to touch the soul siphon. It's just running around, so it actually even glows in the middle. Yeah, right there. So I gotta charge this one. Ward guardians will spawn. Let me fast forward a little bit. You already killed one. Charged 1 soul siphon as well. And once you are killing those or through those, you gotta dispel these seal wards to get into another room. I believe there was the ward guardian, behind the gate. So once you charge the soul siphons, you will spawn these ward guardians that you have to kill, and they will drop a ward stone that you put into these wards to dispel them. On to the next one. I believe we might be into... There is also a little mechanic. If you can see on the screen, Impending Doom right next to minimap. This is an insta-kill for the whole group. So if that bar goes to the fullest, you know, that means if you're in this scenario, in this specific situation, if you're too slow, you will just get, you know, destroyed. So insta-kill, you gotta do it all over again. Not from all absolute beginning, the whole wing, but there are save points where you can rest. Fast forward here, another room. Once again, gotta find the gateway. Gateway on the right side below minimap, you can see it again. This is the extra event where you can get some loot if you complete it. We didn't really bother with that. Although the situation with materials, as you might have heard from my other videos, was pretty dire and pretty brutal on this server version we had going. Now, this one is actually not on the edges. This one was in the middle in this room. I think that was the only room I have seen in all 3 wings where it was actually in the middle. So it was pretty interesting, but this will be a gateway. This will be a teleport. So you gotta deposit realm shards to charge it. And you will, you can get those by killing realm guardians that will keep spawning once you, stand around and stand inside. Which are those elites. They are not, I would say, they are not that tanky, which is pretty good. Some builds will definitely struggle with Citadel, 100%. And I would say, well, you need kind of both the single target and AoE builds. Me personally, I'll be starting with this build because I'm a big fan of Thorns. There was also one main glyph bugged in this version that didn't work. Meanwhile, that one was, a huge damage dealer. It was, giving a lot of damage, but it didn't work, so it's pretty unlucky. And yeah, so there we go. We just charged it up, killing the elites, getting the realm shards in. Now you just stand in the position. That AoE, that circle there, was actually a teleport. Now in this room, we have this snack and debuff on the buff bar, as you can see here. You're dying in Oblivion. You need to basically cleanse yourself, and you can do it by stepping inside the circle. This one right here, this will cleanse you. Because if you reach, like, I'm not sure how many stacks, if it's 100 stacks or 50, you will be insta-kill basically. So yeah, you have to like move. You need high movement as well, quite a lot of mobility in this Dark Citadel. It's a race with time as well, especially in this mode. And I would say because of that, this part of the wing was the hardest. Not really the bosses necessarily, but yeah, the raid 1 wing, I mean. Because the raid 2 is something different. You guys will see in a second. Now, excuse me if this video will be long. I just want to, get through this to show you guys how it works. A little guide for the whole raid. So here I'm cleansing myself. We are looking for the gateway in the middle right here. Once again, deposit the realm shards by killing elites that will spawn. And here's one of them, realm guardian, I believe. So we're gonna wait for them to spawn. Almost charged up. This is enter teleport. So you're gonna step inside, get TP'd out from this realm. It's a realm of Oblivion. I'm gonna be back into the sanctuary. So here we gotta find the gate again. We're killing these bosses, this elite, excuse me, on the way. Here we go, we found the gate. I believe we are getting into the first boss. Yeah, there we go. We got Kubal, the Shadowbreaker. So with this boss, we had actually pretty good damage. If you have a lot of damage, which will happen once you get fully masterwork builds and whatnot, you will be able to skip a lot of the mechanics on the bosses, which is pretty unlucky. Because I would like to see some, some scaling and whatnot in these raids to make it challenging. But this one deals mainly shadow damage, as you could see even from the name. These AoEs really avoid them because it does quite a lot of damage. There seems to be a bug. I'm not really on this one, but once again, damage over times with barrier interaction, I think, was bugged. But not really with this one. But this is introduction boss, so nothing too crazy when it comes to mechanics here. Kind of would expect even a bit more than that, but still, it's pretty cool. And obviously, with lower gear, it could be challenging, I'm pretty sure. But avoiding these AoEs, I mean, with this, yeah, we also have this like little debuff on you, where it will have a duration of, well, you will spawn a big circle. You want to move away from the raid, ideally in the corner, away from them. I didn't see that, I didn't expect this debuff, so I just stood there. But honestly, this is the whole raid. This boss is very mobile, so you can just move away as the whole raid, no problem. And that's pretty much it for the mechanics for the first boss. But once again, this is the first boss that introduces you to the raid. Other bosses are much more challenging. They have many more mechanics, so stick around and you will wait to see. I will also timestamp this whole video with the bosses and maybe the rooms as well. But here we gotta find the Chamber of Ascendancy. We are moving on to the second boss, which is the last boss of this wing. So there's always 2 bosses for each wing. So let me fast forward until we find it, because it was sometimes a maze. Or not really a maze, but you just lost a lot of time here trying to find the gateway. Enter the teleport circle. Gateway. Gotta kill these shamans or whatever. I forgot what they are called. I didn't see. But here we go. We got Gorschak, the first Ascendant, the second boss, final boss of this Raid 1 wing. Our damage again was pretty good overall in general, so not too bad on that part. It's more about like doing mechanics. Honestly, unless you can really blast with the builds. So we gotta place a Soul Essence in the Conduit of Souls to weaken Gorschak. So again, it's all about Realm Guardians. Once you see that mob spawn, you always gotta kill it to either pick up something here passively or an active orb where you will just put somewhere. His damage was actually crazy with Shadow. All his attacks are Shadow. That hurt. That hurt right here. I believe he also puts a dot on you with the attack with the wave AoE. So we just activated the teleport here. And here and this one, I believe I was also quite a loss. No, we gotta kill these Ward Guardians, Realm Guardians, Ward Guardians. These Ward Guardians that drop these, what is it? Ward Stones. You gotta put in Sealing Wards. Both of them, I believe teleport will open up. I gotta actually damage him. He will. This is his weakened soul, his fragment soul. So we gotta kill this. Like this is like normal lead with suppressor. Kind of unlucky against with range builds, I guess. If you're wondering why I can overpower with thorns, because normally and generally you cannot, it's because of a rune. Really liking this one. Gotta gather soul essence. That's the one we need to throw in. I believe I should get teleported in the middle if I stand in the middle. Gotta like charge it, if you will. So every time you see this circle, always get into it, always step into it in every single right wing, every time. Also, this build had like 60% damage reduction on top of other damage reduction on top of barrier. And you can see the damage is pretty crazy with the dot, right? So here I gotta put the soul inside right here. I believe we got the first one. Actually, we got them all. I believe we got them all. Now we can, it just says Slay Gorschak, so this is where the real fight begins. Once again, be careful with these attacks. It might be, you know, once again, this is a shadow over time, damage over time. So it might have bugged interaction with barrier because Delcor had no problem tanking this. I'm not really sure what was happening there for Spiritborn. You will see once again in the right, second right wing, similar story. It was actually much worse in the raid too. It was horrible. You were getting deleted like crazy. There's actually an item for Spiritborn where you can convert all this damage into a poison dot on you, which has reduced effective and damage, but it only happens to direct enemy, direct hits. Now you gotta get teleported again for the second half or the last quarter of his HP. Similar story, kill all the mobs. Very unlucky with the barriers here. In this version, you could not crit into barriers or overpower or anything like that, so barriers were super annoying to deal with. Kinda happy they didn't put them too often in the raid. So once again, dispelling the ward sigils here by killing the Realm Guardians and a fragment of his soul. Gotta kill it. Place both ward. You even get achievements, by the way. If you're doing this solo, some of these like sides, if you do that solo, you will get achievements. It's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. So you're gonna kill him right here. Grab the soul essence, get the portal here. Let me just fast forward a little bit because it didn't activate for some reason for a long time. You can see me having over 50 stacks of impending doom, so I guess it reaches 100 for you to get killed and destroyed. So teleport activates, we go up top, teleport back up, deposit what we gathered, and he's vulnerable again. And boom. Now we can just kill him and finish him off. I like the aesthetics of these bosses. They look pretty cool. I like that. No tiny bosses, just make them big. I like that. So the reward here, I believe for each Torment difficulty, it was like extra 2 items. I'm not too sure though. We only did this on Torment 4. I could have tried the different torments as a testing purpose, but once again, we have that stream happening actually in a couple of hours from this video being recorded, so some things might get changed, but we got some cosmetics from them, like Helm of Khazra. You will get the whole armor, I think, for the whole raid. Scroll of Forging, that's for tempering, I believe, the, you know, restoring the tempers. Obols, the coin cache that you can buy a lot of stuff with that. I'll show you later with the vendor. You can buy cosmetics, but also consumables like potions, resurrect scrolls, which will be very much needed after we after we filled some of the mechanics, had to resurrect each other. It's pretty wild. Some legendaries, got some rune as well, and we got a some uniques. There's the overview of the gear, of the loot. Pretty good, quite a lot, I would say. Have a chance of getting ancestral loot. On tournament 4, I would like to see some more ancestral loot for the raid, since this is a weekly one. So once we're done with this wing, just teleport outside and go to the second one. I'm not sure if I did record it as well, but I will show you into the raid one. You can see it on the minimap. We were in the left side of the wing, and now we're onto the second one, the right side. Now, I will show you this run with Telcora for the first boss, and with the second one, or until first boss, because he had to go sleep after, so I will have a different footage launching. But once we arrive here, once again, we gotta find the Chamber of Binding in this one, in this raid. So let me fast forward a little bit. Now we kind of know what to do. We go back here. You gotta slay Barrier Guardian to dispel the barrier. So there we go. Opened up, pretty easy, pretty straightforward. Moving on to another room, we gotta find the Astral Gateway. There we go, we found it. Now in this room, each party member has to step on the one of the, you know, on both sides, one on each side, to activate these runes. So I was being a little bit boosted here until I find out. I have to stand here as well. This teleport, this barrier will be dispelled. You can get into the portal, get inside here. Gotta find Hall of Filleted Souls, which is the first boss, I believe. And here, I believe, no, this is fine actually. Gotta charge the Soul Siphon in the middle. Then we gotta slay the Barrier Elite once we cleanse this. Fast forward a little bit. There we go, Barrier Guardian. Now you gotta go into each room here to dispel these siphons as well. You gotta split basically. So how this works, you charge the siphon, enemy elite spawns, you kill it, and you will open your party members' doors, and he has to do the same. He has to kill on this side to open your doors on this side right here. So fast forward a little bit, there is the Barrier Guardian. I'm locking it for him, or this might be, yeah, there we go, we kill it at the same time. Once we get here, we go into teleport. You don't need to kill these mobs, a waste of time. You can just go inside, which we didn't know back then. Pretty cool, what's it called? Pretty cool. Yeah, we forgot to get inside, I think. We were just trying to figure out. Yeah, there we go. I like the overall look on the of the raid, Dark Citadel. Big fan. Now here we gotta find the Ritual Guardians. There we go. Well, actually they will spawn. Just keep killing mobs around. They will spawn. Get the sigil. I believe we'll go through the portal here. Don't need to kill these mobs again. So grab the sigil. Don't need to kill these either. Go in the middle, deposit the sigil, and do this again on the other side as well. Just kill these purple mobs, so the others are easier to kill. There we go, that's the first one. Same story on the other side. Gotta do the same, charge the siphons, open up the gates. Find it in this room as well, kill the mobs to spawn the Guardian. There you go. Got the sigil, grab it, teleport back, get in the middle, proc this bad boy, and we can move on to another. Onto another room, so which will give us rewards with the chest. Quite a lot of drops, I would say. Kind of like it. There we go. Open up the gate. Now we gotta find the hallowed gateway. Easy cash, easy items. Nothing too crazy though. So next room, hallowed gateway. Once again, don't really, if you don't go for the treasures, you don't really need to kill these, but sometimes I have this OCD where I see elites, I gotta do it. Same thing here, you gotta step into the circle, each party member, dispel the barrier, get into the portal. Now this one is another, you know, realm of Oblivion. Again, with the stacking, gotta be careful with cleansing it, and also be fast on finding the depths of Labyrinth of Souls. I think we were pretty quick one on this one. We find it quick. I'm not sure we did. There we go, we did. Get in the middle here. Cleanse on the way, step inside once again, get into the portal, Get back in here for Altar of Immolation, and this is the first boss of the second wing. Amazing boss. Now this one with this barrier to stand inside, otherwise you will die. This is the insta-kill Impending Doom. Once you lower his HP to about below half, I think 1/3 I mean, he will spawn this maze from walls. He will put at the beginning. So there is a pedestal that you need to interact with on each side. So I would recommend moving as a group in this one. Or actually, you will have a still time. Like if you split and you didn't really have to avoid these, I could tank it, but it's just for the showcase. Now with this wall, with the pedestals, you could either move together and, you know, click them one by one, but he's stacking Impending Doom while you're searching for the barrier to trigger from the pedestal. So here we go. You can see it on the minimap, 3 barrier pedestals. I got teleported at the beginning, but I was lucky to trigger this one and spawn the barrier on me. So as a barbarian, you can actually use leap and just go over the walls. Similar to Spiritborn, I'm pretty sure if you go with soar ability, you can just go through the walls. So step inside. Impending Doom was cast by the boss, and now you can just finish him off. That's pretty much it. That's pretty much the mechanics for this first boss. The first bosses are kind of easy in each raid wing. So just to get you in, I guess, locked in and whatnot. Look at those 3 stacks of fire dot. This was actually not that bad damage, right? But you will see on the next boss with the shadow damage. Oh my god, that's crazy. You'll see it. So here I will show you how to get to the second boss of this wing. Gorger's Labyrinth. Gotta find that bad boy. Get the rewards from the boss as well. Move on to the next one here. Get in the middle. And now for this boss, I'll show you a different footage. Shout out to Roxy, by the way, for doing this with me, because I was really stressed and depressed of not getting enough footage for the raid. But here we gotta slay 4 souls to trigger the boss and him spawning. So these souls. And after this one, he will spawn barrier guardians. Each side, gotta kill them to unlock these little rooms. Grab the ward stone. This portal will take you to the middle, but don't really need it at all. Just gotta get back. Put it inside here. For both of you will activate this boss, Lorzuul, the Gorger. Now, this is the boss I was talking about. If you get hit by this wave, you're dead instantly. Like, no questions asked, instantly dead. Our damage was very good with Roxy, so we can just go straight into the second phase. Now, there are 2 sides you gotta go to. There's actually 3 sides here. So you're searching for Realm Guardians, I believe. And that Realm Guardian will always open the door from on the opposite side. So I would open from this side on the other one, or up top, where it was Roxy actually. She was on the right side. So, and then I would have to wait for her to kill the other boss as well, our lead. So I was pretty lucky with spawn. This spawn is also randomized, by the way. It spawns in like 3 locations. So now I'm gonna go check up top, I think, because I believe the mob I killed unlocked the upper sigil. She already got one, so actually never mind. The elite I killed actually unlocked her door. As you can see on the minimap, she just deposited one sigil. The elite I killed right now opened up this one, so I'm gonna deposit the second one. Easy peasy. Don't worry, we wiped quite a lot on this boss before we figured out what to do. Because as a 2-man covered so much ground, you know. 3rd ward here, ward stone, put it in again. Activate the boss. He goes out of the room, but don't worry, he'll get teleported back in, so you don't have to follow him. There he goes. Pump up the deeps, save the cooldowns for this phase always, because if he keeps spamming these abilities that do shadow damage, oh, that's pretty wild. So get you sorted. Last phase here is again Barrier Guardians, and we will have 2 mechanics at once, so we gotta do that all at once. So we gotta do these Realm Guardians on both sides, and right after that we gotta go around, find these Realm Guardians, Barrier Guardians again. Luckily it was the same spot. I believe I unlocked up top, so I'm gonna go check it out. Searching for another Barrier Guardian. This one is pretty difficult, pretty difficult run. There we go, another one. This will open up either her side or mine at the beginning. You gotta do both of these mechanics, you know, both the small rooms in the middle right here and on the sides at the same time. So I was running around like a mad lad. He already starts Impending Doom. It happens after a while, after he consumes some souls. So you will see it will. Our Roxy also it did happen to die, but it's okay. I got her back up. This was very clutch. You will see the timer on Impending Doom, very close. He was actually, you'll see it right before we were about to trigger his, you know, his fight phase, that he was actually in animation of casting Impending Doom, which is the insta kill. So you can see right here, he's already like starting the Impending Doom, but I did deposit the last one in the middle, and we are able to finish him off. So it's pretty happy because, took us some tries. So I always had to avoid these waves. I had to avoid these orbs, these spawns as well, because it was a lot of damage. So we finally did it though. You got the gloves, another cosmetic here. I would say this boss drops more items, or obols might be the same. I'm not really sure. But again, you know, like only one ancestral item. It's very, very weak. I would say the rewards aren't that great for Citadel. On Torment 4. If this was Torment 1, that's okay. But considering this is weekly, not sure, you know? And also not sure, it doesn't look like you are locked in an ID where if you finish the Citadel, it seems like you can still, you know, you can still continue and join others. So pretty interesting. But anyways, after we are done with that one, we go into the raid number 3, the wing number 3 in the middle. So we are looking for the gateway Nexus. Gotta run around, find it. Let me postpone, fast forward and postpone. So you got 2 teleports in here, 2 portals. Now, once you unlock it, you actually have to step in, both of you, in the same portal. I thought you have to split, but no. You have to go into the same portal because, as you can see on the marks on the ground, you need 2 people in one portal. So before we actually got to the same conclusion, we entered the right one, waiting for her right here. We just dispelled the barrier, killed the guardians here, killed the ward guardians, got the ward stone, deposit in the sigils right here on the side. I was blind again. Oh my god. Open up portal, get back up on the surface. Get into another portal that was in the middle on the left side since we cleared over the right side. Do the same thing here, dispel these, put the stones inside. Get back up top, and then we gotta find Chamber of Echoes. So once again, going around the edges. The rest of these wings were actually around the edges. Only that one time it was in raid 1, it was in the middle, which is pretty interesting. So waiting for Roxy here. She gets here. Sork is very mobile too. It's crazy. A lot of the builds, a lot of the classes are super mobile. That's good. So here we go. We got Spell Guardian. Now how it works here? Do you see the orb flying? What you have to do is slay the Spell Guardian, grab his item, and you will see my skill bar once I grab this Ascents. Any of these buttons you have to press before the orb touches you, because that will make the orb bounce straight to the target. It doesn't matter which way you're facing, it will always bounce the way the caster, you know, casted it. So here you will trigger the orb. You will have to do this. I know I pressed it too late. You are not getting any damage from the orb. It's just, yeah. You have to press it earlier. So here we go. Dispelled it, get back in. I believe Roxy has to do the same. It was like individual. So I had to wait for her here. I believe she got, yeah. She'll be here. There we go. She's back at it again. And here we go with Vorshok and Hurstt. The 2 bosses, once you damage them, they will trigger a first phase. Gotta kill these Spell Guardians and do the same thing with the orbs. So the orb in the room before is just the introduction on how this works. Against this AoE, it really hurts. It does a lot of damage. Gotta be careful with that. So I'm waiting for the orb to spawn right here. I'll get inside, bounce it back. Never mind, I actually died and failed. Oh, this was before, you know why? Because I was casting. While you have this orb, this essence, you cannot cast anything because, you know, my Rock Splitter ability was on right click. So I kept spamming it because Rock Splitter was giving me barrier, and barrier basically dispels a dot damage over time. So I was clicking that, but, you know, instead I just used the orb right here. So yeah, I was just being too slow, I guess. I believe we even wiped here and then got back up. We got the essence back, and again I messed it up. I dispelled it, but at this point I already knew how it works. So waiting for another orb here. I don't have one, so I don't know what I was trying to do here. No idea. I believe Roxy got one. Sadly, she got killed because she got yeah, she got hit by it. But I believe this will be the. Oh yeah, this is the run we actually learned for the first time, and this is how it looks when you do it for the first time learning. So yeah, since she died, I'm the only one here, and I'll just dive to this. So I have a different footage here that has everything. Excuse me, this one audio doesn't belong here. So Vorshok and Hurstt once again, back at it again, the duo. Kill these Spell Guardians, clap them, get this orb essence. You will see me bounce it back. See, even if you go, I tried to go from the other way around, and even if you go from other way around, you still will bounce it. Once you do circle, once again, get inside, because it will teleport you. Spirit Caller, in this phase, you will get the same mechanic. He will spawn elites that you have to kill to drop these essences. But I don't think, yeah, I'm pretty sure you will have enough damage, even if like a beginner gear, because these ones didn't seem to be as powerful with HP. So again, teleport, get inside, TP back out. There's only one left, Vorshok, the Spirit Caller. So kill Spell Guardian, get the Essence. Wait for him to spawn the orb. I have no barriers. I have to be really careful with avoiding damage here. I think I actually failed on this one. I think I got clapped here. I used it too late. Too early, I mean. But she got it. Rox got it, so that's good. So French will die here because the AoE, the little triple AoE, the triple spin actually hurts as well. But you can see the HP bar just getting disappeared right there. So you really gotta avoid. His slime also insta kills you, so but gotta be careful with that. It's pretty brutal. But I was holding back on Seeker. I don't know why. I haven't used my ultimate more often. I got 11 charges on that bad boy when it's fully recharged. It's crazy. Now here I thought we will get another phase, another boss fight, but no, that was actually it for the wars. But I'm pretty sure this will be this will be pretty hard for what's it called, for pugs, or people that, you know, cannot really grasp the mechanics here, which no one can at the beginning, obviously. But I hope this video will help you guys to more understand this. So after this first boss, we are trying to find Throne of Zagraal, which is the last boss in Raid 3 Wing Throne number 3 in the raid. And that one is really fun as well. So here we got his throne, but I'll show you this footage right here. This was a second try, I believe, before he got it. So you gotta kill these breathtakers to disrupt the summoning ritual. That there he is, the big boss himself of the Dark Citadel. Pretty cool with the wings, angelic type, but he's a demon, so that's pretty alright. That's pretty good. He will spawn teleport. Once again, get inside. You will be in Throne of Zagraal. This is also a realm of Oblivion. So once you damage him enough where he becomes immortal, you will have to step on the circles you just saw. This circle, by the way, does a lot of damage as well. And I find it, if you stand inside, you will get less damage if you are rather than if you were standing outside. And when the wave was hitting you, see right here, it's a lot of damage. Applies vulnerability as well. So here we gotta stand on these circles again to click in the middle, interact with the object. Once again, teleport back up. Also, you will get the stacks of Impending Doom in the realm of Oblivion. Now, second phase, he respawn these mobs. All of them are healthy, which is the icon below their name. That means they got increased HP, so that's why they are so tanky. They have a lot of HP. So what you have to do here, you have to kill guardians to activate the soul siphons. There's 4 of them. I have to dispel every single one, and you will see it in a second. You will have a symbol appearing on your character, and you need to cleanse these siphons, and cleansing them will spawn a sigil or an object that you have to interact with. You can see the symbol on my character is like a goat or a demon with horns. So I have to dispel these siphons and wait for one of them to drop sigil with my icon. So just standing in the middle, and you can see there is a mechanic of soul entanglement casting. So if you're too slow, once again, insta kill mechanic, the berserk, the rage will trigger, the enrage will trigger, and will just kill you all. Kill a ritual guardian over here. We just spawned it. It was not my icon, so I just laid on the ground. If my team member has the icon, the sigil of that I just dropped, yeah, he would get, or she would get it. But Roxy already got hers, as you can see. I believe she no longer has the because there is no sigil on the ground. Shorty ate it. That was actually the same one as she had on her character, and I believe this one will not be the one either I need. I think that's the last one. Yeah, you can see that was a flame symbol, and here we go with the goat with horns. So that was the second phase, second mechanic on this boss. Now you need to obtain counterspell stone from a spell guardian, so you gotta wait until he spawns one, kill him, and get the stone. And I believe you have to send the orb back to the boss as well. So get the essence. I will bounce it back here. Boom, I made it in time actually. So with this one, I believe he will open up a portal again to his realm of Oblivion. And same situation will happen there, where you have to damage him so he becomes immortal, and avoid the lasers while you're doing so. Step into the circles to do the process again. I believe this process happens 3 times. Obviously, I'm pretty sure if you have more damage, fully decked out gear and whatnot. I believe Roxy was actually fully masterworked, but it was obviously bad rolls because it was impossible to get mats on the server. So these immortals step into the circles, unlock Conduit, interact with Conduit. I was already casting Barrier here because of the big damage here, and my keybinds are all a mess. Actually, I forgot to unbind something, so I pressed more stuff than I intended to. So again, kill the Guardians, activate the Siphons, you gotta dispel them. Let me fast forward here a little bit. I got a flame icon on my character this time, so I'm looking for the flame, and it actually does happen to be the first one right here. So I was pretty lucky, as you can see on the ground. So I'm just gonna interact with it, dispels it on your character, and moving on to another one in case that's the one your party member needs. So I'll just keep dispelling it. You could join your party member on the up top, but if it happens to not be the one you need, just a waste of time, right? So should I dispel hers as well? Same story. You gotta wait for the elite to spawn, drop the counterspell stone, and then gotta step into the same line where the orb is casted by the boss and bounce it back to him. I believe there is a second counterspell ascends, and I'll wait for another orb to spawn. Takes a while. Boom. Here we go. Easy clap. Another portal opens up again, and get inside his realm of Oblivion. Try to finish him off here. I believe you'll get TP'd out again. Yeah, upon his kill, you'll get TP'd out. So, yeah, there it is. This was the, these were the raid mechanics. These were the raid wings. All 3 of them on Torment 4, highest difficulty. It was pretty crazy. I like this. I really hope they will keep doing this concept in this game, because it really, it really fits this game. Similar to Lost Ark, I had similar vibes. Obviously, this has less mechanics, but, as an introduction to this type of concept and content, why not? I kind of like it, so I would love to see this more. I really hope they will not, strafe away from this. You get some pretty juicy loot. Actually, this one, the weekly cache, does give you a nice loot. A lot of greater affixes. I got triple J ring as well. 30,000 fragments for gems is very crucial, very good, because we have upgraded the gems as well, and in the expansion, so this come in handy. A lot of fat loot. We got another cosmetic. We got the armor on Khazra. I tried to find it in this footage in the wardrobe, but I'll show you rather in game. Okay, so we got this going. Scroll of Abundance. We got a lot of achievements, so I'll take you in game, and I'll show you what you can buy for these coins. Dark Citadel Vendor, Ziania. Show me the merchandise. You can buy Scroll of Abundance. This is HP restoring. We didn't have any of these, but we could totally get them. I got 3.3 thousand coins actually right now. This one is Summoning Anvil to repair. Also not too bad, but you can just TP out from the raid. So this is just saving your loading screens and time. You can revive up to 3 nearby players. This is actually pretty good, because reviving during the encounter is pretty difficult. Adds the difficulty on that. Prevents durability loss on your next 3 deaths. You can also buy Scroll of Restoration, restoring temporary charges. You can use it only once per item, which is obvious. But 2,000 coins, pretty expensive. We got also potions here. I haven't even looked at these, but damage reduction reduced after killing 20 enemies. Your next core skill taunts nearby enemies. Pretty interesting. I like the damage reduction. This would come in handy on the boss that does the shadow damage, right? To stack it even more. Now, every 10 seconds, your next core skill heals you and nearby allies for 10% of their HP. This is pretty interesting. And also restoring max HP again. This is very good, actually. This will be great against the Dot boss again. Maybe I was lacking the heal, yeah. Healing increase, revive speed after reviving and movement speed. Pretty good too. Tailwind potion, movement speed increase. This will be actually great for builds that don't have a lot of mobility. So you can actually, you can just get this potion without any problems. We got some incenses as well. Potion capacity, healing receipt for all nearby players. This is a raid buff, basically. That's pretty cool. Damage done by for all nearby players increased. And for each nearby player, you gain damage increase as well. Okay. Okay, all stats increased. After you kill enemy, you gain +2 to all stats for 5 seconds. Wow, this is actually pretty insane. But 1,600 coins just for 1 Khazra power? Intense? That's quite expensive. So for this Dark Citadel I could get 2. I could get 2 instants. Interesting. Movement speed again increased. Very good. And here we go with the gear cache. Chance of uniques as well. 1200 coins. Crafting cache as well. Crafting mats. We got the gem cache as well. And then 15,000 coins are actually these cosmetics. I wish I could show you how they look, but I cannot. This is a lot of coins. But I think, I really hope these cosmetics will have special effect on them. But I'm afraid they won't. So far this is weapons. I believe there should be also armor. Or maybe that's the one you get from killing bosses. But out of curiosity, let me just buy these caches, see what we get in them. Boom, at 1200. Because I haven't opened these either. So we get a bunch of gems here. Okay, nothing too crazy. We got crafting materials here. 30,000 bundled herbs. Okay, this was pretty good. Not a lot of Forgotten Souls, but this was pretty decent. I kind of like that. Then we get random cache gear. 3, 6, 8 items here. Not the worst either. No good graphics. Yeah, not too bad. It wasn't that expensive, so this is pretty alright. And the cosmetics for the raid, I will try to... Too bad that you cannot search for the gear here, but I will try to find it real quick. I'm not sure if I actually remember. Was it this one? No, this is from the theme shop. Maybe it's this one actually. But anyways, if I find the full set, I will post a picture how it looks in the pinned comment or like in this video, because I cannot really. I think it's this one though. Whale Walker. I think it's this one, because I haven't seen this trip in my UI window and whatnot before. And the headpiece here. Oh, it's the same one. Now, I'm not sure if it's this one, to be honest. Might not be. But anyways, this was the raid. All 3 wings. I'm sorry this video took so long, but I really wanted to get through everything. It will be timestamped as well. I also have other videos and builds for Spiritborn, Barbarian, and Mercenaries, how to farm materials, because they will be needed. Because it plays a huge role with Mercenary and Undercity, all the good stuff. So thank you everybody for watching. I stream every day on Twitch and YouTube. If you guys want to hang around, ask some stuff, I'll be streaming this footage as well once the embargo and NDA lifts on October 4th, which is basically today. So thank you very much for watching once again. Take it easy. Until next time. Peace.